And well, we've got Allyson Horn, our reporter, standing by in Buderim, which is Steve Dixon's seat. Al, what's happening there now?
Well, Jess, it's a lot more sombre mood than I guess we expected would be coming from the One Nation Battler Party, as it's been dubbed here tonight. A house party here in Steve Dixon's seat of Buderim. But as we saw a little earlier, Mr Dixon himself not completely confident of winning this seat. And as the polls would suggest, as the votes come in, it does look like One Nation will be without a Queensland leader. And that's a very difficult scenario for the party, given how much Pauline Hanson was talking up the party's chances at the beginning of the campaign when she was riding across the state on the Battler bus. She was very confident and talking the party would have the results that they saw in the 1998 election, which was 11 seats. And I think now it's quite clear that that's going to be a very different story tonight. Two big scalps already we expect down, Steve Dixon and Malcolm Roberts in Ipswich. So the party here not as happy as they would have hoped.
And we did also see Malcolm Roberts during the course of the campaign talking about One Nation holding the balance of power, and they'd issued a list of non-negotiable things when it came to dealing with the major parties. It must be pretty subdued there at the moment.
Yes, 6 demands they listed during the campaign, ranging from scrapping Labor's cornerstone in the southeast, the Cross River Rail project, through to setting up a coal-fired power station in North Queensland. They were some of the key deal breakers that One Nation wanted to put on the table if they were to hold the balance of power. But I think it is probably unlikely that they will be in that scenario now. Pauline Hanson, though, the One Nation leader who has very much been the face of this campaign in Queensland, she said that she's not quite giving up hope. She is still hopeful that One Nation will have at least 1 or 2 seats. And they went even further than saying, look, even if there isn't a huge result here, that the swing that some seats are seeing is, I guess, indicative of the volatility of voters, particularly in those regional seats we're seeing up north and in regional Queensland. Steve Dixon has said that he doesn't regret his defection from the LNP to One Nation, even if it does eventuate that he loses his seat here in Buderim. He says that he thinks that it has shed light on some of the issues here on the Sunshine Coast, and it's put the pressure back on the major parties to deliver for this area. He said he wouldn't consider going back to the LNP, and if he does lose, he definitely won't rule out running again.
And Allyson Horn, any sign of Pauline Hanson there yet tonight?
Yes, Pauline has been here for about an hour now. She's been mingling with the voters and posing for what we've seen quite often on the campaign, the selfie. She is quite a popular figure, and I guess we saw that throughout the campaign as well, in that it wasn't Steve Dixon who was the face of the Queensland campaign. It was, in fact, their national leader, Pauline Hanson. So that gives you an idea of just how popular she is and how they use her face and her image to drive their vote across the state. Now, it obviously hasn't gone as far as they hoped it would tonight, and Senator Hanson, her mood has been more subdued than we have seen throughout the campaign. As I said, though, before, they are still hoping that they can pick up at least 1 or 2 seats.
All right, Allyson Horn in Buderim on the Sunshine Coast, thanks so much.